At 6:42 a.m., just off the ragged coast of Somalia, a battered fiberglass skiff claws its way through restless water. 5 men huddle inside. No flag, no markings, no radio, nothing but a sputtering outboard engine, 2 plastic fuel cans, and a dented aluminum ladder rattling across the bow. These aren't fishermen. They're armed. They're moving fast, and they think they've found prey. On the horizon sits a silhouette, slow, gray, unescorted. Looks like a lonely cargo ship, the kind that usually panics when trouble appears. The men grin. Easy money, but they're dead wrong. Because the freighter they're charging toward is a U.S. Navy destroyer. From their angle, the guns blend into the superstructure. The radar dome looks like a strange container. The helicopter hangar resembles stacks of cargo. But beneath that steel skin sits 9,000 tons of American warship, and every camera on board is already watching them. No warning shot, no flares, just silence and eyes. On the destroyer's bridge, the captain watches the incoming feed. Low-profile boat, no flag, no comms, no hesitation. Someone on the bridge whispers, "Please, let them turn around." They don't. The skiff accelerates, bow up, slicing toward what they still believe is an easy target. Over the next 14 minutes, the U.S. Navy will show how to win a fight, without firing a single round. The bridge stays calm. The officer of the deck keys the comm panel. Bridge to CIC. Fast approaching contact. Bearing 118. CPA under 3 nautical miles. Intercept in 10 minutes. Down in CIC, sailors are already tracking the skiff, not by radar, but by pure optics. High-resolution cameras confirm. 5 armed men, no life vests, no nets, no gear. One cradles what looks like an AK. Another keeps pointing binoculars toward the destroyer. This isn't a casual drift. This is an intercept run. Rules of engagement, Phase 1. Sensors active, guns unmanned but ready. No aggressive moves. The captain orders, maintain course. Let them show intent. The destroyer makes a subtle 5-degree heading adjustment. Small, controlled, deliberate. A message in movement, we're not afraid. But we're not provoking you. The skiff holds course. Spray explodes off its bow. Distance closes, 2.2 nautical miles. Then, new contacts. 2 more skiffs appear on camera, fanning out wide. 3 boats, 3 angles, classic pirate swarm tactic. Nobody panics. Nobody raises their voice. They've seen this dance before. And on the flight deck, someone is already unlocking the Seahawk helicopter bay. The order comes soft, sharp, undeniable. Launch the Seahawk. Maintain observation. No direct overflight. Within seconds, the flight crew sprints into the hangar. The MH-60R Seahawk, twin engines hot, sensors primed, is waiting. Not armed for war, but armed with information. Rotors spin. Gear checks flash green. The Seahawk lifts and banks east, rising into the early morning haze. From 800 feet up, the picture becomes painfully clear. 3 skiffs, narrow hulls, 2 to 5 men each. No fishing gear, no crates, just weapons and ladders. A boarding team. On the destroyer, a sailor murmurs, "They still think we're a freighter." Another replies, "Not for long." The Seahawk's spotlight snaps on, a blazing white beam that hits the lead skiff dead center. The operator flinches hard, shielding his eyes. Another pirate stands, shouting, waving, unsure. A second spotlight washes over the right side skiff. One slows, one hesitates, but the lead boat keeps coming. It breaks formation and surges forward. Now 1.5 nautical miles from the destroyer. CIC calls out, "CPA 1.2. Time to intercept, 3 minutes. The destroyer responds. The LRAD, long-range acoustic device, fires. A wall of piercing sound hits the skiff like a hammer. The man at the bow stumbles. Another clings to the engine housing. Still no shots fired. From above, the Seahawk paints the skiff with a pulsing green laser, non-lethal, unmistakable. A final warning. Then a red flare arcs from the destroyer's launcher, hissing across the sky like a burning line drawn in the air. This time it works. The skiff falters. Its engines cough. The bow dips. One pirate stands up, hands raised, universal signal, no threat. The second boat peels away. The third holds back, engines low, waiting. But the message is clear. They picked the wrong ship. At 7:01 a.m., The aggressive skiff now drifts with its bow turned away. The right side flanker slowly turns east, careful retreat. The third arcs south, withdrawing without a word, without a flare, without a fight. The Seahawk circles overhead, recording everything. The destroyer holds course, calm, controlled, dominant. No chase, no pursuit, no need. Presence was the weapon. Restraint was the victory. By 7:04 a.m., the nearest skiff is fading into the horizon. 3 boats came hunting for a soft target. They found a destroyer instead, quiet, patient, and utterly unshakable. This is what modern naval dominance looks like, winning a confrontation without ever touching the trigger. The Gulf of Aden is one of the world's busiest, most dangerous shipping lanes. 20,000 vessels crossing water stalked by fast boats, AKs, GPS, and ambition. Piracy isn't romance, it's business. And the Navy fights it not with gunfire, but with deterrence. Task Force 151, ships from NATO, the EU, and allied navies, patrol the high-risk zones. Pirates rely on misidentifying targets, and from 10 nautical miles out, a destroyer can look frustratingly similar to a... That's where discipline becomes deception. The Navy doesn't guess. It verifies. It records. It responds with precision. The MH-60R Seahawk doesn't just fly. It sees. Thermal imaging, radar, optical tracking, every movement documented, timestamped, stored. If an engagement becomes legal or diplomatic, the Navy doesn't explain. It replays. That's how you win without shooting. Because when someone misjudges who you are, you let reality correct them. This wasn't a firefight. It was a reminder. A reminder that the US Navy wins with posture, presence, and control. 3 skiffs arrived confident. They left shaken, humbled, and fully aware of the power they challenged. So here's the question. Should the Navy respond harder to these encounters? Or is restraint still the smartest weapon on the sea? Let me know your take in the comments. I read everyone. And if you want more real maritime encounters, subscribe to Warzone Media. Support the channel if you want early access and perks. Just hit join. Until next time, when pirates scan the horizon, they better make sure that freighter isn't watching back.